What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So this video is for Webflow designers that want to take their freelance business or agency to 6 figures and beyond. Now, my agency, Paid Digital, of course, with the help of my awesome team, has been able to do multiple 6 figures over the last couple years. And so this got me thinking, what is it that sets aside the big earners from those that are struggling to make ends meet when it comes to building websites in Webflow? And so in this video, I've put down 9 things that these big earners have in common, and if you can do these 9 things, you too can become a 6-figure or multiple 6-figure Webflow designer. So let's get into it. So the first thing that these 6-figure Webflowers have in common is their portfolio. Now, it's really important that you have a diverse portfolio that has a lot of different types of work. Now, the reason for this is the more types of work that you have, the better chance there is that your potential client is going to see something in that portfolio that they like or that they resonate with. And so the more diverse work that you can have in your portfolio, it's going to be easier to connect with different potential clients and earn their business. Now, when we're talking about your portfolio, the last thing you want to do is worry too much about what your portfolio site looks like and the design of it and the animations. If you've ever looked at my site, paiddigital.com, it's very simple and it lays out very clearly the work that we've done. And so focus on your portfolio, and obviously as that portfolio grows, it's going to be easier and easier to find new work. The next thing that these big earners have in common is they don't compete on price. And what I mean by this is you never want to be picked by a potential client because you're the cheapest option, because that's just a race to the bottom. And you're obviously not going to be able to earn a lot of money by being the cheapest option out there. So instead of focusing on being the cheapest, focus on bringing the most value. And as you change that mindset from being cheaper to being more valuable, it's going to be much easier for you to land clients. Now, number 3 goes right along with that, and that is don't be afraid to raise your prices. You'll never know if you're going to be able to charge more unless you try it. And so don't be afraid to raise those prices every so often and see how your potential clients react to it. Yes, you might have a couple that say, no, that's too expensive, but by raising your rates, you're also going to be able to get into a new level of clientele that has a bigger budget and is willing to pay more. Now, the 4th thing that these Webflow designers have in common is they understand sales and marketing, and they're willing to put in the time and the effort to learn more about sales and marketing and improve their skills. It's going to be really difficult to grow as a freelancer or an agency if you don't know how to sell your services. So rather than just focusing on your design skills, don't be afraid to read books, look for courses, look for YouTube videos that are going to help you improve your sales and marketing skills and help you position yourself to sell your services more effectively. Now, the 5th thing that these big earners have in common is they've put into place processes that are helping streamline the entire design and development process and pumping out projects more quickly and more efficiently. And by doing this, you're going to be able to cut the fat and get these projects wrapped up much more quickly. Now, you've probably heard of the concept of productizing your services. Really, this means packaging things up and keeping the same process and same service for every individual client. And while this is difficult when it comes to web design and development because every project is different and unique, there are several things that you can productize in order to streamline your processes and get more effective and better at what you do. Now, number 6 goes along with pricing, and that is the higher earners in the Webflow space have gone to the point where they've unlocked a new level of clientele. And what this means is as you do more work, as you have more projects under your belt, you're going to start reaching a level of clientele that has a much bigger budget. And as you do this, it's going to be much easier to then get referrals from those clients. And as your brand grows, you're going to realize that when it used to be difficult to land a $2,000 website, now it's way easier to land a $25,000 website because you've reached a new level of expertise, a new level of clientele. And so a lot of this just requires patience and work over a long period of time, and you will reach that new level of clientele. Now, before I jump into the last 3 points, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to smash that like button. So the 7th thing that these freelancers and agencies have in common is they have a ton of positive feedback in the form of reviews and testimonials and case studies. the more of this social proof that you can gather and put on your website, your social media, your proposals, it's going to make the sales process much, much easier. And so again, this goes with just putting in the time, getting more projects under your belt. And as you grow that social proof, everything's going to get much easier. You're going to be able to charge more because people are going to respect and appreciate your services even that much more. Now, the eighth thing that these individuals have in common is they don't let projects drag on longer than they need to, and they don't let their clients abuse scope. Now, aside from raising your rates, the best way that you can make more money is by wrapping up your projects more quickly, so then you open your bandwidth to take on new projects. And so make sure that you're sticking to your deadlines and your timelines. Don't let clients abuse scope unless you're charging extra. And by doing this, you're going to be able to fit more projects into every month and every year, and you're going to earn more. And the final and probably most important thing that these big earners have in common is they say no to projects that don't fit within their expertise or their processes. This is something that oftentimes we do as freelancers, is we say yes to any project that is willing to pay because we're desperate. But by doing this, it's going to make it much easier to wrap up these projects. You're going to spend way too much time individualizing each of these projects rather than sticking to what you do best. So if that means sticking to a specific industry, a specific type of website, whatever that is, pick your industry, pick your process, and then stick to that. And don't be afraid to say no to projects that fall outside of that scope. Now, I know that if you can do these 9 things, if you can duplicate what these big earners are doing when it comes to designing and developing Webflow sites, you're going to get to that 6-figure mark much, much quicker. So thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channels. I've got new videos just like this one coming out every single week. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.